Good Thursday morning, everybody. It's Little Friday, as we like to say it around here. I'm Chris Allen. Good morning. It's Thursday, December 11th. Thanks for joining me here with the morning podcast. Those of you that listen either by Spreaker.com, that's the platform that I use, just Spreaker, not speaker, but Spreaker.com. Also, some of you listen on iHeartRadio. Do you have your iHeartRadio app? Well, if not, you can download it on your iPhone or Android device. Just look up iHeartRadio. They also have a Twitter feed. Some of you listen from the link that I put on my Twitter feed and or my Facebook feed. Appreciate that very much. This thing is, this podcast, worldwide in some cases. I've got folks that listen in other countries because they say, we used to live in Bowling Green or used to live in Kentucky, and this is my connection back home to Kentucky by listening to the podcast, just keeping up with Bowling Green and Southern Kentucky's weather. And I appreciate that. And if you're new to the podcast, just every so often I like to bring you up to date. This podcast was actually used in a major motion picture. Well, it wasn't a major motion picture, but it was in a movie recently, a few months ago, starring Nicolas Cage. The movie was called Joe, just simply Joe, Joe. And when you watch that movie or rent that movie, you'll see Nicolas Cage playing the lead, and at the beginning of the movie and at other various parts, you'll see him getting in his pickup truck, and it's me that you hear on the radio that Joe is listening to in his truck, telling the weather. That's really me. Occasionally, I'll get people sending me a note. I just watched this movie called Joe with Nicolas Cage, and I swear that's your voice on the radio in his truck. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. So I'm now rich and famous, and we'll be buying everyone drinks at the... I got nothing but the end credits. You wait till the end credits and you'll see the Chris Allen Weather Podcast is mentioned as the credits roll at the end. But it's pretty cool stuff. So, and the podcast continues to grow. We're almost at 10,000 followers. That's pretty cool stuff. Just building a base here. It really isn't about the numbers. It's just cool to see how many people respond to this, and I appreciate it so much. And trying to think about, how I can make the podcast better. And my blog site, if you haven't followed that, that's at chrisallenchallenge.wordpress.com. But the easier way to get to the blog site is to go to my Facebook or Twitter feeds, and you'll see a link to it there. Usually I post something between 4 and 5 a.m., and then I do a video of what's called the First Look Forecast, where here from the Weather Center, I use a little video camera that's hooked up to our weather system, and I just record a short 3 or 4 minute video cast with graphics using the maps and stuff that you see on TV, and that's usually posted between 4 and 5 a.m. Central Time each morning. So, lots of different platforms. It's not that I'm, trying to, go here, go there. It's about platforms. Everybody's got a different way. Some of you listen to this podcast, download it, and then put it on your listening device, whether it be an iPod or MP3 player or whatever, and then you go work out or go walk and you get to listen to the forecast. And some people want to see video with graphics, so I do it that way. And then some people just want to read, so I do a blog post. So that's why I'm on the different platforms and making sure that, you know the weather before it knows you, that sort of thing. So here we go. Just wanted a refresher there because we do have a lot of new listeners, and I appreciate that so much. Yesterday's high, 45 degrees under the clouds, but we did manage to squeak out a little bit of sunshine through those clouds late yesterday. Clouds have rolled back in, though, since overnight. 45 the high, 49 the average. That's a 4-degree difference. 36 was our low, 30 the average. That's a 6-degree difference. And 1 year ago, we had a high of 36 and a low of 21 back in 2013. I remember it well because that day, December 10th, 2013, was the day my grandson Caleb was born, 7:55 a.m., December 10th. And I remember leaving here at the station after recording Weather Cut In so I could rush to the hospital. I was getting text messages that it's time. And I remember going through snow. It was snowing last year on December 10th, that morning. Wasn't a big snow, but enough to get the roads wet and people panicking and, blah, blah, blah. But I made it to the hospital, and as soon as I walked into the medical center, I hear that, the tune that they play, the little lullaby, saying, indicating a baby is born. And that was Caleb. And so I went up, and there he was. Cool stuff, huh? 1 year. My goodness. All right, back to the forecast here. Gradually becoming mostly sunny. I know, clouds are stubborn. We have a stubborn layer of clouds that are out there this morning, but we see enough dry air working in later today that we should see some sunshine and a high of 44. Not at first, but clouds giving way to sunshine later. Partly cloudy, cold tonight, down to 25. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and up to 50. 48 on Saturday. A little weak disturbance now coming through with a few clouds, and we had to shave a few degrees off of the Saturday temperature because of that. So now it's 48 and mostly sunny. Sunday, mostly sunny, 53. Monday, all the way to 57. But with that, showers will return by Monday afternoon, especially Monday night. Good chance of rain likely now on Monday night. Then Tuesday morning, showers leaving us, high of 52, and another front passes through. By Wednesday, back to mostly sunny skies and 48 degrees. So no major cold air, no major warm air. It will be, slightly above average once we get into the weekend, but that should feel pretty nice. Nothing major going on here. Of course, we got the nor'easter on the Atlantic seaboard, and then we've got a big Pacific storm coming in. San Francisco, L.A., folks like that getting some very heavy rain and flooding with that system coming in. But we're kind of sandwiched in between, not much going on right here in southern Kentucky. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the podcast. God bless as always, and thank you so much for listening. Know the weather before it knows you. Have a great day. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky and streaming live to the WBKO app and to WBKO.com.